Hi everyone, so today I am here with my That's So 2000s project pan created by Samar or First Time Panner. I have my update. It should be my second to last update, or I guess this is my last update. Next one should be the finale. I'm actually filming this quite a bit early. I reached my goals like pretty quickly. I'm filming this on the 2nd. Yeah, today's the 2nd. I think most updates go up on the 16th. So I'm just like blitzing through it right now. Part of it's because I want to have most of December be panning free. And so I'm trying to get as many updates as I feel comfortable with getting out sooner than later. Probably post this probably closer to the 16th, but in terms of filming wise, it's the 2nd today. So I'm gonna do updates today. I actually have 6 prompts to go through, and then I'll also be already pre-selected my next 6 items. And I'll always preface this with I used Gemini by Google as like an AI, um, you know, whatever. It's not quite a generator, but an AI program to help me with this project, or I thought help, and I asked it to help me randomize prompts and all that stuff. And unfortunately, it started to get smart with me and created its own prompts. So I don't quite trust it anymore whenever I look at my list if the prompts are really what Samar created or if it's what Google created, knowing that I was asking it about 2000s inspired prompts. So you might be surprised. I don't know. Like I think Samar might tell me if these are kind of random or not, but I did my best to like backtrack and like figure it out. But so yes, so I think today I'm updating you on my last 12 prompts, 6 of which I finished, 6 of which are upcoming. And let's get into it. So the 6 prompts I have to update you on. The first prompt is Uggs, and I chose my Rocket mascara for that prompt. I'm not in love with this mascara, and I said this is my last 15 uses on it in this project, and then it is rolling out. So that's what's happening. I am going to retire this officially. It just always whenever it doesn't seem to smudge too much throughout the day, but when I try to wash it off, it smudges, and that's just annoying to me. It's like I tried to wash you off. You're not supposed to stick around. It does smudge a bit throughout the day. So this is gonna be done. I'm ready to like toss it because I'm like that done with it. All right, next prompt is YouTube or something. I think it was something that I was like influenced by YouTube to buy. This isn't really, but I was internet. Oh goodness, I was influenced by someone on the internet to buy this, and it's Mac Warm Soul. And actually, this is my second compact of it. Actually, technically third, I think. I lost my first one. Uh, Second one was used. This one I think I bought brand new. So, like I like it that much. I think I've kind of fallen out of love with it, and I did use it the 15 times, and I continue to use it actually as a blush topper today even. It's really good for like touching up and stuff like that, but I think in terms of like impact, it's quite subtle on me now. So I don't know if it's just change of formulation, but either way, I'm still dedicated to working on it, and I got my 15 uses done in this project. My next one was the prompt Shrek, so something that you layer, and I chose my Becca highlight. This is the cream formulation of the opal shade, and as you can see throughout the last 15 plus uses, I still try to use it every day. I got a nice dip in it. I would love to hit pan sometime soon, but it's going to be slow going because I only use a little bit every time. The next prompt was the dog Happy Meal toy, which I think it was like something you own a lot of, or like collectible type of item. And for me, over the years, it's been MAC lipsticks. And I feel like I've also fallen out of trend with that. But like if I think about my collection over the past few years, that's what stands out to me in terms of like a collectible item that I was always gravitating towards and still do, but don't purchase as often. So this one is the one that went viral, actually, the MAC Taste for Bubbles glitter lip balm. And I actually got quite a bit of use of it. So I actually did like mark it, and the way I mark it is I gouge lines in it using tweezers, which is kind of unconventional, but it works for me. It's very glittery, so we'll see if it focuses. But you see there's 2 lines there, and there was actually a third line that was very visible when I first marked it, starting when I pulled this into the project, and I actually worked past that third line. So I'm very proud of that, and I actually had it in my purse the last few days, so I got some really, really good use on it. And yeah, I have some plans in my head about this already. I don't love all the glitter in it, but it is nice for what it is, but not like my favorite thing ever. Okay, the next prompt was Pussycat Dolls, which I think was like something that a palette that you bought for like a single shade type of thing. And I chose my concealer palette because in a concealer palette, that's kind of what you're going for, right? Is like really you just need one shade out of this thing. So I have a MAC concealer palette here, and I really just mixed the two shades up here, but I really just needed one to figure out for my under eye, that type of thing. But anyways, I got my 15 uses on it, and I mainly mix the two here, and I don't think I really see much progress, but I was somewhat consistent with it. I got sick a few times, and it was kind of something that I wasn't consistently reaching for. I felt like, or like it was kind of felt like a last minute step for me. Every time I was looking at my face, being like, I feel like I'm missing something, and then it was my concealer. But I got to the 15 uses for this project, so that's what counts. The next prompt I had was Friends, and I chose my NARS Balm, which actually is a mix of like a fresh sugar lip balm and then some other clear lip balm or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but my goal is to use it 15 times, and it's definitely a lot shorter now. That's all that's left, at least accessible from the bullet itself. There's quite a bit that's inside as well, and I'll probably dig that up and franken it up, but I got my 15 uses on this. I also gouge lines in this, and I got to that last line that I needed to. I think there might be one more, but anyways, 15 uses out of this. Really enjoy this shade actually. It might be actually my favorite shade of lip balm in my collection. Not that you could buy this because I created it, but I think that's a really cool thing about frankening is that I'm like, oh, I actually made something that I really enjoy, rather than it sometimes being muddy or a little bit off. But either way, it's always exciting. So let me do my last update for this project and telling you what items I will be rolling in. It's a little bit crazy. A lot of eyeshadows, I'll say that much up front. Okay, so the first prompt I got is Hannah Montana, and it's something that's kind of like a day to night type of thing. And I think for me, whenever I think day to night or when I think of touch ups from day to night, is my eyeshadow and how can I usually it's like fades by by the time I need to touch up, right? So I brought in my focus eyeshadow palette of the month, which is my Haus Labs palette, which is not the Haus Lab palette anymore. Most of the shades in here are now Franken's, except the last two. So I actually just repressed this one. This is a mix of 4 different MAC eyeshadows and increased this shimmery shade right here. I swatched it for an earlier video. It's very pretty. So yeah, this one, and then I also just like want to be figuring out what I want to do with these shades as well. So my goal is just to reach for this 15 times. I think I'll surpass that, but that's my goal for this palette here. The next prompts I have is Blockbuster. I think it's something that's discontinued, which I have a lot of because I buy used makeup and some of them are very old. But this one I think was one of the first things I thought of. It's the Burberry eyeshadow in Rosewood. And this is what it looks like right now. I haven't actually touched it since the last time I had it in a Project Pan. And so I think it's time I pulled it back out and really figured out how I like it. It'll be a contour topper mainly. Right now I've been using another shade called Omega by MAC. It's just an eyeshadow as a contour topper. So as you can see, they're both like quite cool toned. Rosewood might be a little bit more purple. Wow, that lighting just changed dramatically. But yes, kind of similar color family, I think. So I'll see how I like this and kind of go from there. Next prompt is Converse. I think something you use every day. And I wouldn't say this is my favorite everyday item. Like I think sometimes when I think of Converse and an everyday item, it's like a comfort item, right? I can't say this is a comfort item, but it's something I want to be reaching for every day, especially as this is the last month I will be keeping in my collection. This is the Nude Sticks, technically a lip blush paint, but I'm using it on my cheeks. I'm pointing here, I'm like, cheeks. Because it's not a great shade on my lips. It smells kind of funky, but I feel okay with it on my cheeks. So, so this came into my collection already very old. It came from like a grab bag through Glambot, which is a used like makeup site. So I run the risk. I already knew that. But I wanted to at least give it some love before throwing it out because I wouldn't be passing this on to anybody else. So yes, there's already a tiny bit of windowing in here, which you can't see. And I think when I like squeeze all the air out of it, it does get down to about here. So I don't really like have goals in terms of using it up at all, but I wanted to at least use it 15 times for this project and then probably declutter it. All right, next prompt here is 13 going on to 30. And this one is a item that you've fallen back in love with, I believe. And I have come back to my MAC paint pot and groundwork. So this already has a little bit of pan down there, and I've been kind of working on the side that's closest to where the hole is, and trying to make that side more and more vertical pretty much. So I'll use it 15 times for this project, but I've been using it pretty consistently already and have come to love it again. The next prompt is American Idol, and I feel like I'm cheating on this one, but because I pick a lot of my prompts live and I'm not one to like really use my social media outreach to choose products, which is, I know I'm like really boring as a panner because of that. But that was the prompt, was like to ask social media to help pick your item. Give me a sec. And so I decided instead I would choose something that was really American. So something made in the USA. And I chose my Smashbox palette, which I feel like this, if I was to like say anything in my collection that reminded me of American Idol, I think this would be it. For one, this packaging is like, you know, total standout right there, right? With this type of stuff. I don't remember what this is called, um, but yeah, I think this is so cool. And I think that's like the point of American Idols. You want to be like a breakout star, right? And so this is kind of reminds me of that. This palette was made in the USA. I checked the back. And I think they're headquartered in California. But yeah, this is actually a really boring palette. And I have not been, it's like just all shimmers pretty much, which I basically wear all shimmers, but this is even boring for a shimmer. So I'm a little disappointed by that, but I do want to figure this palette out. So I'm going to be using it 15 times and we'll see where it goes. And then the last prompt of the project is Oh Snap, so something that snaps closed. So I picked my Hourglass powder. I think you've actually seen it before in this project. And last time I hit pan on this, and I just recently pulled it back out because one, I actually really enjoy it as an under eye setting powder, and it's also really nice just like buff out my like crease shade on my eyeshadow. So I want to pull this back out and use it 15 times for this project, and it has a satisfying snap closure. So that was why I picked this one. I probably could have picked a brand new product, but honestly, I'm that kind of panner. I just recycle things as I work through things. I probably could have chosen something else, but I have a lot of things I'm working through right now. So those will be my 6 items, right? Nope. I think it's 6. Which one did I put back already? Oh, I put it off to the side. Got it. So not a lip product, but a blush product, powder product, eye product, and then 3 eyeshadow type products, but this one's going to be contour, this one's going to be play with, this one's going to be focus for the month. So that's kind of what's going on there. Thanks so much for watching this update. I am so excited to see, I know I will reach all my goals, but we'll see how soon I can get there, because I definitely flew through the last ones, and it'd be crazy if I can actually complete all these. I'm holding this post-it because this is where all my prompts are. If I can complete all these prompts by actually the end of the year, because I have most of the month to work on this stuff. So I think it's very possible, but we'll see. Because I also just want to play with my collection this month too. So anyways, I'm not in a rush because I know this project officially ends in April, but I think just with my plans for the channel, I'm kind of rolling out projects kind of as quick as I can. And this is actually a good incentive for me to get through some of the products that I really want to get through by the end of the year, and then kind of start afresh with some of the other goals that I have for next year. So thank you so much for watching this update, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.